Anthony Jameson, hello.
I'm Katie Mulgrew.
Can you all understand the accent, first of all, by the way? Yes, good, good. Occasionally you'll get one clever dickhead who'll go, no, right? You heard the fucking question though, didn't you? Right?
A few years, I've been going a little bit longer, but I was a bit stop-starting. But yeah, so like, I'm about 3 or 4 years, I think, Tony got 4 years. So, But,
We're both sort of full-time for about the last 6 months to a year.
Yeah, it's been quite nice. We've sort of grown together. It sounds a bit wanky, but we have, like, we sort of,
It's quite good because we were both teachers as well, weren't we?
Yeah.
So we've essentially lived each other's lives and just went.
I'm like the lady version in here.
We flicked a coin and just went, should we just do it? And went, all right,
yeah,
fair enough. Yeah, need to leave your job now, sorry.
Bye. So what I'm going to do, because I didn't know what order to do sort of my material in, I decided, because I'm a fan of technology, to put it on post-it notes. And I'm going to let somebody in the audience decide what order I do it in. So I need somebody who I think is going to have good judgment. I don't know whether to let one of the kids do it. Should we let one of the kids do it? Yeah. Okay. This guy. Oh, this.
Hang on, sorry, the Mutual Appreciation Society.
Oh my God, well, you're great too.
I really feel bad when I answer this question because I always miss someone out and then I drive home and I'm like, oh, actually, yeah, my best mate. So yeah, my best mate, Jim Smallman, very, very good. He's Leicester based as well, so definitely go and see him.
But there's so many great acts actually. Why are we even bothering actually? Just come on, let's get
Because we can be one of them. That's what the book tells you. It says that you can be as good as the good ones.
Basically, as you can tell, I'm from a little place up north called Newcastle, so I'm a Geordie. I've not got the strongest Geordie accent in the world, I must admit, but I do have family up in Glasgow who still think it's hilarious to take me, even with my voice, into Mexican restaurants just to listen to me order fajitas for them. Or burritos, or their personal favourite, which is extra guacamole, which is lovely to say in a Geordie voice, I'll be honest with you.
Apparently a lot of comedians on the toilet, a lot of them get. I've never had inspiration on the toilet per se, but apparently it's happening.
It's that eureka moment, isn't it? You know, like, I've done it, I need to wipe first.
Oh God!
That's me gag!
Underwater, yeah, okay. That's the first.
I need to be in my spacesuits when I do.
I need to be facing the left.
It's going to be a room temperature and it's got to be rose petals. No, not really. I think it's. I find it quite hard to. I'm a procrastinator. I think every comedian, I think it's the nature of wanting to be a comedian because you're still an overgrown kid, you don't really want to grow up and have a proper job. So you procrastinate quite a bit. Chat at lines at gigs. Well, by the way, I'm flaccid, but that is wholly inappropriate. I like you. No, not like that. There's a chance that after my half hour is finished, I'm going to be on some sort of register. So.
There's a thing called the comedian's pre-gig poo that works around the circuit, and that is the single most beautiful thing I've ever found in comedy.
Everybody does it.
Yeah.
Also, there's a tiredness thing. You get the tiredness thing, like, see, about 20 minutes before you're like, oh, I'm just really tired.
Yeah.
And then 10 minutes before you're like, oh, I really need to go for a bit.
And then you hear the music kick in the venue and you kind of go, all right, time to go to work then.
Like, my friend calls it bum rush. It's horrible. I still get really frightened. I don't think I'll ever not be a bit scared. I don't know why. I think I'll always have that. But I hope I always do have it because I think I'll worry if I don't get nervous and frightened then I don't give a shit.
I got booked for a rugby club Christmas party, right? Look at me, rugby club Christmas party, come on, hairdressing convention at best. Right? Went in, had a bit of a look around that, thought this is not going to be as bad as I'm expecting. It was worse, right? 150 pissed up rugby players collective IQ of about 6. They'd been drinking on Tuesday, right? The gig started on Friday. They were absolutely pissed out of their brains, right? They had little candle tea light things, no little tea lights, don't you? Put them on all the tables to make the place nice and pretty, right? The problem was, I saw one of the rugby lads eat one while it was on fire.
Because most of the time it's like they'll say something stupid and you just slam them down and everybody cheers and stuff. But so obviously there's that. You've all sort of got your stock put downs that you do. But most of the time it's quite good because normally when you're a company you've got the audience on your side after about 10 minutes or so, 5-10 minutes. And so you can sort of say anything and they're like, yay. So I do put people down, but I'm never aggressive. And you're never aggressive either. We're never like nasty or aggressive. Like some compares can be really horrible. But it's sort of putting them in their place, as in don't shout out again. But then making light of it and making sure that everybody's still happy and comfortable. That's a really important job.
It's like a cotton wool covered razor blade, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's nice and it's friendly, but it's a bit.
Being a female comedian, getting chatted up varies a lot from being a male comedian. I've seen some of my male peers being chatted up by really good-looking women, and the thing is, I got chatted up. The worst job I ever got was a guy came up to me at the end of the gig and went, "Hello, you know you?" I said, "Yeah, I know quite funny." He said, "No, you look like an attractive Sonia from EastEnders." Can I buy you a drink? And I said, no, you can buy me a quiche. But the thing is, it's quite odd because I love audiences and I find it quite fascinating. I know audiences quite fascinating. And I find it quite fascinating when a male comedian would say that sort of the way a woman responds to it. You can see it in her eyes and sort of looking around and go, oh, he's funny. He's got the whole room in the palm of his hand. Oh, you know what that is? Oh, that's sexy. Yeah. Oh, he's got a lot of kids. And then I see a bloke looking at me when I'm on stage. You see what he's... Oh, she's funny. Oh, she's got the room in the palm of her hand. Oh. You know what that is? That is terrifying. That is... Oh, that she's a lesbian. Oh. No, but that's generally what people think.
It's really weird because, like, obviously, the second you get on that stage and you've got a microphone in your hand, it's then your job to just talk for the amount of time that you're there for.
It's your job to entertain as well, yeah. And if you're getting paid as well, it's your job to be the entertainment. Because effectively, being a comedian, it's a great job, but actually you have got responsibility. I think breaking taboos is great, but I've seen comedians that will go on and say stuff offensive, like be really offensive, and it's not that funny, and you're like, well, actually you're getting paid, that's actually responsible because you're purposely doing this now. You're quite enjoying the fact that they hate what you're saying. Yeah. But there's loads of great comedians that are like Gary Delaney you mentioned, that do very close to the bone jokes, but they're so beautifully written and so funny. I think it's fine to break taboos as long as you're being funny.
That's the main thing. You can't just be offensive for offensive's sake. You've got to have a bit of artistic integrity behind it. And ultimately, like I said, it's got to be funny. It doesn't matter what you say, it's got to be funny. You can be horrendously offensive, but if at the end of it the payoff is spectacular and the audience are all sitting there going, yeah, that's brilliant, then it's technically not being offensive.
Because you can find humour in every awful shitty thing in the world, but as long as you're doing it in the right way, I'm all for it.
The general thing that I probably should tell you about, that I should allegedly be quite happy about, is that I got engaged recently as well, right? Which is quite nice. Don't say woo, you don't know her, she's a dick, right? She's alright, but for the bit, essentially, right, we got to that stage where we'd been together that long that neither of us could be asked to find anyone else, right? We're only with each other out of spite now, that's all it is. And it got to that point where we thought, right, okay, fair enough, we'll do it, right? And ladies, am I right in believing that the whole point of the man is meant to go down on one knee and do the whole thing, not have a stroke, obviously. I'm having a stroke, will you marry us? No, you're a bad investment. So, is that right? Is that the stereotype? Yeah, stereotype is that you're meant to go down on one knee, right? The problem is, I snapped my cruciate ligament 2 years ago playing football, okay? Can't go down on one knee. So when I did it, I went down on both knees, which made it look like I was fucking begging. Again, never a good start.
You have to drive to gigs, and look, sometimes gigs are so far away, like, so it's all part of it really, part of parcel. So you know, sometimes it's a 6-hour round trip, and or sometimes it's just
That's the thing, is because like you're on stage for like 20 minutes, half an hour, and you think, and like you'll tell your mates, like, oh yeah, I was doing like half an hour last night, and they'll go, half an hour's work, is that all you do? And then they forget it took you 4 hours to get there and 4 hours to get back. So you've done a 9 to 5 effectively, but you only get paid for the little bit that you're there. I mean, I suppose technically it's hourly rate, you know, but yeah, it's.
I try and watch stuff as well. Like I do try and stick around if I'm gigging, unless I've got something the next morning. I will try and stick around and watch all the other acts, because that's how you sort of get better as well.
Yeah, definitely. Learn from better acts. And then you see the newer acts come through, and you know, when you see someone who's got a lot of potential, you sit there and you go, right, okay, we're going to make sure that they don't get out of this gig. Yeah, exactly.
Best friend Dave I was talking about, he quite likes this whole stigma of being a posh scallop. He quite likes it, and the thing is, I'm a bit worried because the other day I get ID'd quite a bit for in B&Q for de-icer. And I was quite impressed by this. I said to Dave, oh Dave, got ID'd the other day B&Q for de-icer. You know what that means? I have the face of a teenager. That's right, look at that. What have you? Street. And he stood around and said, yeah, it looks like you got the face of a teenager, yeah. Or, looks like you're 50 hours. But it's posh and then glue. Oh right, okay, posh again, that's nice. Since like for the last 6 months, my diet and like, it's just shocking.
Awful. I've never drank so much Red Bull. I don't even drink sugar. I don't have sugar in my diet before I started comedy. Didn't have sugar, didn't have salt, and now everything is sugar or salt based.
I've never eaten so many ginsters.
I can tell you a bad ginsters just by looking at the package.
Is it ginsters or ginsters?
I don't think it makes a difference, does it?
It's like a kosher. I'm having a ginster.
Should we call it a ginster?
A ginster. I'm having a ginster this evening. Oui, bonjour.
I mean, like for us going out for dinner is pick a service station.
Oh, I have dinner at midnight. I'm thinking of on Twitter starting like midnight supper to eat.
Midnight lunch.
The last 3 nights I think I've had dinner at midnight, like spaghetti, like proper dinner. Like spaghetti bolognese and stuff, but it's not good. It can't be good for me. I really can't. But I don't like eating before gigs because I'm like nervous energy.
Yeah. And then after the gig, you're too full up on adrenaline, so you don't want to eat. And then you
just don't do it, kids. Don't do comedy.
Don't do comedy, especially if you look like you've got potential.
Especially be funny.
If your teacher's written class clown on your reports,
stay away.
Job in an office, mate.
If you've got tattoos, we'll know you will do one of 3 thought processes when you get a tattoo, right? First one, will I get something that is aesthetically beautiful, something nice to look at, okay? Second of all, shall I get something that has a deep personal meaning to myself, maybe a philosophy behind it? Third way, shall I get something that is just fucking stupid, right? Everybody knows someone who's got a stupid tattoo, let's be honest, right? An example of which, a friend of mine, for his wedding present from his wife, okay, got Optimus Prime and Megatron from the Transformers as sleeves. Now kids, I know you're thinking that's brilliant, right? But imagine when he's 80, he's going to have to explain to his grandson why it looks like Optimus Prime has been involved in a serious road traffic accident because of all the wrinkles, right? But I've thought this through, right? Straighten the wrinkles back out, transforms back to normal. It's genius when you think about it, isn't it?
Anyone who's starting out, anyone who wants to start in comedy, go and see a lot of comedy. Go and see comedy. Don't just watch comedy on the TV. Go down to every single bit of comedy you can see, whether it's a big weekend show in a club or a little open mic night or mid-range gigs. Go and have a watch. Go and have a watch, and you can see the different levels. You can see the different levels. If you're going to do it, you need 5 minutes of material. So write 5 minutes of material, not 5 minutes of text gags or 5 minutes of stuff off Wikipedia, Wikipedia, or 5 minutes of stuff that your mate said that he said he's done, but it actually turns out to be eat a case guide, bread and tea. Basically. You know, do that. Do 5 minutes. Get yourself into an open mic night and enjoy it. And if you're going to do it, then you need a car, really.
Yeah, that's
a lot of travelling. If you're going to take it seriously, it's a lot of travelling because you can only work.
I think once you get bitten by the bug, I think you caught them from. I don't think you can ever sort of
stop doing it really. I don't think so.
Right,
Yeah, no, it's the
right
same
and
thing,
gig,
just
right and gig.
write and gig and go to gigs. Basically, you've got to sort of live and breathe comedy, really.
So, ladies and gentlemen, have you all had fun this evening? Yeah! Can we get a round of applause for Katie Mulgrew, by the way, in the back?